what I do when I play with my daughter. That's how I start streams now. Apparently, that's my new attention grabber for like the Twitter video archive and stuff. But today I'm gonna do a bunch of YouTube videos. I'm sure I'll do some more after that, depending on how long this takes. But first video. Hold on, let me start over. Hey, what's going on, folks? I'm AutoMattock, and today we're gonna talk about how you can win in Third Strike without actually being that good at Third Strike. That's a good one, right? These are tips that can carry you to probably B rank, but if you get figured out, that's on you. I don't really want to make this video because it's gonna teach people some bad habits. But these aren't that bad habits to have. But if you rely on them too much, it's gonna get you in trouble. But it's gonna work. It's gonna work quite a bit. Okay, so it's kind of a scrubby thing to do, but it works even at high level. Not as often, but you'll find a lot of success with it, is to just down parry. Whether you're blocking something or whether something's hitting you, this will drive the true boomers insane. It'll make them pull the remaining hair follicles out. If you just get contacted by something, tap down. Now, especially the older players and even like Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 6 players, they have a habit of wanting to do like frame traps, like something with Ken, for example, would be like a down medium punch. The issue with that is this down medium punch is both a high or a low parry. You can parry this either direction. So if somebody is playing the game in this way, just hit the down parry button. If it hits you and they miss their confirm, oh, that's a good one. It's actually a good Ken player and they do down medium punch and they mess up their super. It don't matter. Because either they hit their super and they get the hit they deserve, or when you input down parry and they do the super and they miss it, and when you're knocked down, you're just going to be able to block the super. So down parrying just randomly, and if you just get hit by something, like if you rewire your brain, instead of mashing an uppercut or mashing a jab or something crazy, mash the down parry. And especially tap down. And also learn a combo. Learn a combo to do that works very frequently after you do that. So another example would be like versus Chun. Chun player might do something like this. I should use Shipujin Rai. Cool. Action. Chun player might do something like this. And then you down parry. And against this move in particular, you might want to do like a uppercut. But let me make sure that this has good spacing. So let me get meter. Sure. In the case of Ken, low forward in the super will carry you quite a bit of ways. There are some ways to get around this. Crouching medium kick is not going to punish everything after you parry it. Like Hugo's heavy punch giant palm bomber. If you try to use down medium kick against that, it's actually too slow to punish it after you parry. But in general, low forward super is very consistent in punishing things after you parry. Maybe Chun-Li gets a little cheeky and does something like this, and you can actually hit the super. Don't worry about it. You can worry about that when you actually feel like getting good at the game. I gotta stop laughing after I say everything. Okay. The next thing I would suggest, if you're playing a character who has a good dash, well, so Akuma, Ryu, maybe even Remy, Urien, Oro, Dudley to some extent, Chun-Li a little bit, Elena, Sean, actually, yeah. Even Hugo, in a ways. Alex, Ken, not the twins. But most of these characters, if you see somebody intelligently playing neutral and they're confident in their spacing, just dash up and throw them. Good players, their mental stamina is being used to carefully spacing and whiff punishing and that sort of thing. But when somebody just dashes up and throw them, sometimes that's not what is on their mind. And oftentimes the worst thing that's going to happen to you is that they'll just tech the throw. They'll tech the throw while you dash in. And I that happens to me all the time too. I oftentimes try to play footsies, and then if they dash at me, I don't always get a punish on their dash or some way to check it. Maybe whether it's anticipating or reacting to their dash. A lot of times I just get hit by a lot of times I just tech the throw. So it's actually a really strong strategy. Unfortunately, it's not that easy for me to demonstrate it. There's like this invisible mind game that's like the best part of this game that you can't really. I guess you can. You can show footage of how this is set up. But what I'm suggesting is just go do it. And with the next tip in combination, it'll actually work together, which is action. Next tip is just buffer normals into super. Don't care about hit confirming. Don't worry about spacing. Oh, I guess you got to worry a little bit, but even sometimes it works out. So this is especially strong for characters like Ken, Chun-Li. Ken and Chun-Li. Some characters can do it too. Like Makoto down medium punch. Even Elena down medium punch into super. Sean low forward into super. Sorta Yang can do it too. Low forward into Rekkas or even super. I don't think it's too bad. Kuma low forward super buffer it. So what am I talking about here? What are you talking about, AutoMattock? Well, I'll freaking show you. I'm gonna make a recording of Ken just whiffing a crouching medium kick into an attack, and he's just gonna be doing it into super. So each of these crouching medium kicks, if I get hit by it, it should go into super. So let's say I walk into it with a normal. Actually kind of hard to do this with medium punch. Yeah, that's a good example. You see how my medium punch put my hurt boxes in front of that down medium kick. I ran into it basically. So that doesn't require a hit confirm. And while you're doing this, you're also building more meter for your super by whiffing normals. Of course, if you run into a good player, they're just gonna whiff punish it, right? Like that. But the reward is more for the person who's buffering. So unless I really hit this hard, it's not gonna hurt your feelings that much. And also, you gotta have really good spacing to be able to stand outside of the correct range of this and then whiff punish it. Whereas if you're just sending it in neutral, if you're just sending it in neutral, that doesn't require a whole lot of spacing. As long as they're just far away, it'll work out pretty well. Another example would be like Chun back heavy punch. Or Hugo. Another example, Chun back heavy punch. This is especially annoying because this move is very difficult to whiff punish, and it has an absurd amount of active frames. The amount of time that it's actually able to hit the opponent, it just lingers for such a long time. And you can see the same thing happen if I don't space correctly with a button. Let me get a better example. You can see the same thing happen if I just misplace a button with like medium punch with Hugo. Look at that. So it might hit me during startup, it might hit me during recovery. It makes the person who's trying to play a neutral based whiff punish spacing game, it makes it harder for them. And that is why dash and throw in combination with this can work out so well, because your opponent is looking to start standing at a proper place, and then they allot their reactionary time, their multiple choice reaction. They allow that to be focused on whiff punishing to prevent the meter build and actually get a score a hit. So when you dash in and throw them, oftentimes they're not prepared for it. So, and then the worst case scenario sometimes, well, it's not the worst case scenario. And what often happens is if you dash in and throw them, you just throw tech. That's pretty much how that works out. Number 3, I would suggest playing, if you're a new player and you got some good execution maybe, I would suggest playing a one-player character. Play a character with unblockables, or Makoto, or Denjin Ryu, which is pretty much an unblockable. So you got Oro, Ryu, Makoto, and Urien. These aren't the characters that I would suggest for a new player because they are technical in some aspects, and if you do get figured out, you're not going to have those fundamentals to fall back on. All these characters absolutely have fundamentally based play. So maybe Ryu is the easiest out of all these. You just pick Denjin. You just pick Denjin. Maybe even combine that with what I was talking about earlier. Just hit low forward and Tatsu. I think this works only if they're standing on most characters. But the general idea is to just get a knockdown. What, donkey? I think you do donkey kick, right? And then fireball Denjin, charge it up, stun them, then. Right? That's how you do it? Something like that? Or combos? There, now you win. Did I just give people the ultimate Denjin Ryu strategy? Just buffer low forward in the donkey kick and with buttons and get Denjin. I think that's what I just did. Oro and Urien, they have unblockable setups. Urien with the mirrors, Oro with the booger. Both of them are equally lame and obnoxious. So take your pick. Have fun. And Makoto, this one's a little bit of a harder sell, because she does require some execution just like the others, but you know, command grab into... Can I do it? I forgot how to do it. The Kara, this one, I forgot how to do it. But yeah, that's 100% stun. Your opponent's not going to be able to play if you get a command grab. So it makes your opponent really not want to get command grabbed, which makes them want to jump, maybe even mash. This is such an explosive character Makoto is. Yep. Easy one-player character. Potentially. She's very challenging to play once you actually get to playing people who know how to deal with her. But she is a very powerful character that can just... I mean, what I'm suggesting is picking characters that carry you, honestly. And there's one thing I want to note. There's only one more point. It's a little bit of a minor point. It's just something that I've noticed on Fightcade. But before I get into that, you can use these strategies to become better. But this is how I would do it. This is not how I would do it. This is more of a backwards approach. I made a video already about learning fundamentals, which I think is the best starting point. And then move on to, you know, crazy combos and getting a little crazy on wake up. I think you should walk before you can run. But it's not wrong. A lot of people run before they can walk. That happens a lot more than the other way around, in my opinion. So all approaches are valid. As long as you become a well-rounded player, you'll have more consistent wins, in my opinion. So the last thing is just something I noticed on Fightcade that just doesn't make any sense. I'll play a Urien player with the most swagadocious unblockables. But if I grab them, they don't mash out of it. Like this, when I mash buttons, it gives me more hits. But when your opponent mashes against it, you get less hits. Like what are they doing? So for example, I'll have the recording mash against me. So that was 8 hits. If I do it again. So now I'm gonna mash against it. Oh, it only hit me 2 times that time. That's way better. That's way better. That's way less stun, way less damage. Knockdown will be the same, but man, it's so easy. You love mashing buttons. Why don't you mash it during the throw? I don't know. Even Oro, if Oro throws you, he only gets like 1 hit and it side switches off of his neutral throw. So once again, I'll do this neutral throw. Looks weird. So that hit a number of times. If you do this correctly, you can only get 1 hit out of this, right? Yeah, you can mash out of it. Doesn't do any damage at all. It's pretty good. So that wraps it up. I hope you learned something. I hope this helps you get wins, but I hope it also encourages you to, you know, maybe slow down a little bit. Block on wake up. I don't know. Do whatever you want. Hey, appreciate you. Leave me a like and a comment below. I hope you learned something. I'm AutoMattock. Peace. Okay, video number 1 done. Let me hit that. Let me hit that marker.
Well, I got the
Boom.
picture.
How long did that take? 15 minutes? Cool. That's good. Thanks, sir. I learned a lot. Nice. Well, the next one is the truth about third strike. Facts. This one might take a while. I have the Balatro theme song stuck in my head. It's really good. Also, that game's really good. What up, Herbs and Hygiene? Who should I do this for? It don't really matter which character I pick, right? Action. Maybe I should open up every video with a 720. If I can do them. Third strike, facts. Been like 20 years playing this game, and there's all kinds of wives' tales, misinformation, and just things that just aren't true. So I've been trying to get down to the bottom of this, the nitty gritty, and just really have concrete facts. And even with that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some caveats or some of these are just flat out wrong. I don't trust it anymore. That's how this game goes. You think you know a guy, and then it goes around and changes the rules. There's some special rule. But today I'm gonna do my best to relay what I've learned about what is the truth about third strike. First thing we're gonna get into. The first thing we're gonna get into is the parry window. How long is the parry active? And we can learn this through the training mode mod, and I made a video about how to set this up previously. Maybe I can do one of those, like put the video up here somewhere. I gotta learn how to do that first. So there's a tab in the special training where you can go to parry, and it shows you how active your parry is. It's available. So you got your forward parry, your down parry, air parry, and anti-air. Now the parries on the ground are the same duration. You can see by their meter length. And if you look closely, maybe I can slow this down and actually find out what the cooldown is. If you look closely, it's 10 frames for the forward parry, 10 frames for the down parry. I should bring up the other piece of paper that has this. Strike facts. I think that's good. There we go. That should be better. So where was I? When you parry while airborne, it's 7 frames. When you parry as an anti-air, we're looking at 5 frames. So when somebody jumps at you, your parry window is decreased drastically from just a regular parry in neutral. And that's why it can be kind of difficult to anticipate the parry timing for when somebody jumps at you. It's a really weird exchange what happens between anti-airing with parry, the timing of their normal, when they can parry in the air. It's a really interesting dynamic because now we know that there is 7 frames that you can parry in the air, but that's not going to cover the whole duration of the jump. So typically you have a parry that is high in the jump or low in the jump if they think you're going to anti-air them. So it's a really weird exchange, and I think it's really interesting that the parry windows are that different. Now, another thing about parry is when you tap down, it increases your parry window. So if you were to parry and block, it cancels out your parry. You can see this with the forward meter. I'm actually hitting back, and you can see the green meter disappear. But when I tap forward, when I tap forward, you can see the green is allowed to complete. So I get the full 10 frames of the parry. This is also, I don't know if this is true if you hold forward though when you walk. It seems like it disappears halfway. But the same thing is true for down. You tap down and you get the full duration. If you're to tap down and then block, it'll disappear and you won't get the full duration of the parry. Now, I've recently learned two things. Well, I guess I've applied one thing that I already knew, and then I just completely learned a new skill, which is Hadou Walk. I made a video about that today. These two parries between, I guess all of them, probably, but the forward and down parry do not share the same cooldown. So what do I mean by cooldown? When you tap forward, you can't just keep tapping forward and getting a parry each time. There's this orange bar that represents how long it takes for you to parry. It represents how long you hold on. The orange bar represents how long it takes before you can parry again. So it's like a cooldown. The cool thing to me, the cooldown thing to me, is that the forward and down parry don't share the same cooldown. So you can tap forward and then down, and then technically you have a parry active for up to 20 frames if they're 10 frames each. If you time it exactly perfectly, but that's a long time. So something in the case of Yun crouching medium kick in the shoulder, you can pretty much always parry it if you tap forward and then tap down. And I suggest doing it in that order. That's right to do it. Because he might do the dash punch, which is a forward parry. So yeah, I think that's really cool. You can linger your parry, and keep in mind whenever you walk forward, that is also considered a parry. When you walk forward, you have parried. So if you walk forward, you can't parry again unless you use the ancient technology known as why am I all burpy all of a sudden? Unless you use the ancient technology known as Hadou Walk. MOV taught us in 2009. I knew that in 2004, bro. So if you go from diagonal down to forward, you don't get a parry. So that means you go to diagonal forward, you can parry again, where normally if you walk forward, you won't be able to do this. And I made a video showcasing this earlier today. So they call it the Hadou Walk because it's probably easier to just do a fireball first and ensure that you don't tap forward accidentally, perhaps. And then you're able to parry. It's pretty cool. So here's what happens if I try to parry before the fireball hits me. And that's kind of how this fireball is designed. The slow and the fast fireball. At certain ranges, it's hard to distinguish, especially against Remy. It's hard to determine which speed it is. This might actually really help out in the Remy matchup. So I can't parry again. But if I walk forward with the Hadou method, I can just tap forward because I'm not spending the cooldown on my parry because it's just not parry. I think that's really cool. Sweet. So yeah, the cooldown seems to be 20 frames. The cooldown also, I'm noticing that it changes for the air and the anti-air. So that is something that I should investigate as well. That's pretty cool. Because it means you're able to parry twice in the air. But if the cooldown was longer, you might not be able to do that. So you're able to parry when you jump, and then you can parry again. So I think this is really interesting. If for some reason you were to parry early while you jump, which a lot of people do defensively, that means you can't parry at the height of your jump because you'll still have the cooldown. You'll be able to parry again as you're landing, but at the very height of your jump, you'll be locked out of parry. I think that's really cool. So yeah, that's those are the facts about third strike and parry. I think, hopefully, maybe. So there's so the next thing is about damage while crouching and hit stun. The amount of hit stun that occurs when you're crouching. I don't know of a scenario where you don't take more damage while you're crouching. Okay, so we're gonna do medium punch with Hugo, and you can see 143. His health went down to 143. When he's crouching, his health goes down to 138. He takes 5 more damage due to that. That's pretty much it. When they're crouching, they take more damage. And how this applies is down parry. People down parry on wake up quite a bit, which is more punishing than if you're to forward parry because you're going to take more damage for down parrying. So sometimes people down parry against Hugo, and sometimes it pays off, but his clap cannot be down parried. If you down parry on wake up and I do a clap, that is going to hurt a lot. Especially if I'm playing Hammer Frenzy. It's just going to keep scaling because it's going to keep hitting you while you're crouching. Another thing you can do in this game is choose to take the hit. How can I demonstrate this? So if you know that you're going to get punished anyways, it's guaranteed that your opponent is going to punish you. You can actually choose to hold back and not get hit crouching rather than, to get hit standing rather than crouching, so you take less damage. So keep that in mind. Now, about the hit stun. The hit stun can change when your opponent is crouching on a hit. Not all the normals will do this. If you look through the various frame data websites, I don't need to see K chat. If you look through the various Third Strike frame data websites, some of them have it listed where it will show you which will have more advantage while they're crouching. So you can see this column is hit advantage, and then you have the crouching hit advantage. Sometimes there's no difference. Like in the case of Hugo's crouching jab, they're both -1 apparently. But for his strong, it's a 0 advantage, but a +1 advantage on hit. Hey, what up, Face? I'll get to the questions in a minute. Why do I never hear about how to do uncle airs? What's an uncle airs? Y'all know I got ADHD, right? You distracted me. Man, know your finger? What? You do dash DP on 2-player side? I don't know. Fundamentals in Third Strike? Just whiff, punish, and block. Whiff, punish, and block. That's really the shortest answer. Dang it, where was I? +1. Even. Okay, this mod agrees. See, I don't trust anything. I don't trust the website. I don't trust my friends that I've known for 20 years. I don't trust the mod. I don't even trust results at this point. Third Strike is very deceptive. Let me get down to these facts. There's also some special cases where the hit stun changes on block. As far as I know, this applies to Ryu, Q, and Chun-Li. So for some reason, maybe it's a programming error, I don't know. Let's take a look at Dudley when I'm hitting medium punch when he's standing. -5, terrible, by the way. When he's crouching, also -5. Same thing with Ryu. Now we're at -5 with Dudley. Ryu, when he's standing, also -5. But when he's crouching, -3. Why does it do that? I don't know. Same is true for Chun-Li. Although I think medium punch can whiff on her if I'm too close, right? -3. And Q. -3. Now here's the I don't even know how to describe this. So we got -5 on most standing characters and -5 on most crouching characters, except for Ryu and Chun-Li. But what about standing? For some reason, Q takes more block stun while he's standing also. But this isn't necessarily that bad of a thing. Kind of, sort of. You have to think of. You also have to think in terms of how much throw invul that's also giving you. In some ways, it's a benefit. It means your opponent has to wait an extra frame or two longer against these characters in those states to actually throw. And that's something that I'll get into next. Actually, that is next. The throw invul window of this game. Action.
Prepared for battle.
Where's that? So throw invul seems to me to be 6 frames. You wake up with 6 frames of throw invul. I suppose on block 2, maybe on air reset. Not sure.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
Yeah. Now, this game, for the longest time, I did not realize that normals are covered by throw invul. I'm gonna give you an example. This is the max. This is the slowest a normal can be, which is Dudley's heavy kick. If you put Dudley on reversal heavy kick, if this changes for you, please send me an email. But from what I can tell, you cannot throw Dudley if he wakes up with heavy kick. And I propose that it's because he's covered by throw-in ball. So I've never been able to do this. I've tried and I've tried. I've never been able to throw him out of heavy kick because it is covered by throw-in ball. That's at least what I think is the fact. So, long ago, Dudley players would wake up with heavy kick and it would work and nobody knew why. This is one of those reasons. The other reason was because people would often down parry on their opponent's wake up, and you can't down parry Dudley's heavy kick. So it's actually a legit option. And so are many things in this game, such as Sean. This option sucks, but I'm gonna just go over it to demonstrate. You actually can't throw Sean if he wakes up with heavy kick. Forward heavy kick, excuse me. If he does forward heavy kick, it actually beats throws. It's really silly. Because although he's not airborne immediately, if you do it on as a reversal, the throw-in volt will cover him until he is airborne. So you actually can't throw him out of this move. Problem is, it's unsafe on block. It's just gonna lose if they attack you. Right? I'm pretty sure it's... Wow. That's kind of interesting. What is the frame? That should punish it. So it's not the best, but it is interesting in my opinion. It's one of those weird Sean gimmicks that sucks, but it can do something. Yeah. What was I gonna talk about next? Throw speed. Ah, yeah. So the speed of the throw itself. Hold on, I should talk about the parry next. So another thing that I've made a video about, it was actually snuck in with the Ken video that I made a long time ago, is that you cannot tech throws if you parry. You cannot tech their throw if you input a parry. However, you can still throw yourself. I don't know how you do that physically, but you can still perform a throw and then they tech your throw, but you cannot tech a throw. Let me show you. So, easy throw tech, right? If I input down, I will not be able to tech. Same with forward. Let me do it again. So here's down. I down parry. I cannot throw tech. And I'm doing it so early. I'm still grabbing their dash after I parry. All right, one more time. So here's down tech. I will not. Dang it! Still doing it too fast. There's the down tech, and I try to tech their throw. I cannot tech their throw if I parry, but I can still throw them. If I parry really early, if I throw fast enough, I'm gonna throw them out of their dash. But they'll be teching my throw if I do this correctly. Like that, I threw them, and then they teched my throw. So that's really fascinating to me. You're punished for parrying by throw. And it's, it's kind of interesting that it's the same way in Street Fighter 6 in a weird way in some ways. Another thing about throw is that they are really fast. We just watched the grand finals of the Jazzy auto qualifier in Denver, Colorado. The Makoto player would wake up with throw quite often. And this probably should have been something I included in the last video. But waking up with throw is actually pretty good. Especially at like low to mid level. High level, it'll get figured out fast. But it's not bad. Because it's 2 frames. It's really fast. I think this is a game where you can visually recognize when your opponent is standing up and meaty them. But it's not the easiest thing to do. You mess it up sometimes. And if you don't do it perfectly, they're going to counter hit you with their throw, basically. So waking up with throw, not a bad option. Not a bad option. Okay. And there was one more thing that I just thought of that I wanted to put in there. Oh, so one thing that I want to do more research on is understanding, like truly understanding the difference. This is a really hot topic, really heavily debated, and it's based on feeling a lot of the times and a lot of information that's just hard to find and hard to figure out. And my question, the number one question is, what is the difference between arcade hardware, super gun, and emulated on a laptop with a high refresh rate? What is truly the difference? The answer is I still don't know. If you know, maybe in the comments you can provide some info. Because at the end of the day, it would be lovely to have legit Third Strike emulation and it is at least really close to arcade. I think that would be awesome. Or even actually the same. Maybe. Who knows? But this is what we kind of do know is that Third Strike should lag for about 2.6 frames. For some reason, this game doesn't run at 60 hertz. It runs at 59.59. Don't know why. That's pretty much all I got. So 2.6 average is what Third Strike should lag at on a CPS 3. It should be the same for Supergun. I would like to think you can duplicate this on Fightcade with Run Ahead, maybe. I just wish that we can get a clear answer on this. Because there's so much debate, and honestly, there is a disincentive. Players are often disincentivized to even go to tournaments if they're not on real arcade hardware. So it'd be really great to have a definitive answer on how this works. I mean, there's so many elements that go into Third Strike. Maybe the buttons don't work on the arcade. Maybe the screen flickers. Maybe the input lag is on the converter and there's something else in between all these processes that adds a half a frame and then another half frame is added by the monitor. It's just, it's a nightmare. But it would be lovely to have the truth. But this seems to be the standard, 2.6 frames, average. Okay. We're cool. We're cool. Hey, what up, Rackarai? Okay, and finally, the last thing about Third Strike facts, which I'm sure there's many other things to go over, but this one might surprise you. In modern fighting games, the hit stun by active frames are typically uniform, which means that they all have the same hit stun that are applied. This one's a bit challenging to describe without actually showing footage. But basically, if you hit an attack meaty, meaning it hits in the later active frames, you're going to get more advantage. You're going to get more frame advantage. And sometimes it allows for bigger combos and maybe even set up a scenario where you're plus on block where you normally wouldn't be otherwise. This game doesn't care. This game, if you do meaty attacks, sometimes you lose frame advantage. So what that means to me is that they paid special attention to detail on each individual active frame and tailored the hit stun to serve a specific purpose. So there's two examples that I like to bring up in this scenario. If we look at, I'm gonna use a different website this time because why not? So in Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 6 and probably Street Fighter 4, I haven't really looked into that too much. In a game like Street Fighter 5, you see this medium punch with Ryu. It's got 3 active frames, plus 2 on block, plus 6 on hit. So that means it links into itself. But these active frames, each of these active frames have hit stun attached to them. So when you hit on the first active frame, this is where this number is coming from, the 6 and the 2. If you hit on the second active frame, it'll be plus 7 on hit, plus 3 on block. If you hit on the third active frame, plus 8 on hit, plus 4 on block. That's usually how it behaves. Sometimes you have a move that hits multiple times and the active frames are split up. But what's happening, the reason why that you're getting more advantage is because you're recovering for less time while the active frames have the same amount of hit stun. So when you hit that first active frame, you still have to recover for the second and third active frame, and then the rest of the recovery. If you hit on the last active frame, the third active frame, there's no more active frames that you have to animate through. It's just recovery. That's it. And that's why usually it's a uniform amount of advantage. If you hit on the second active frame, you'll be +1 on everything else. +1 on block, +1 more on counter hit, all that. Third strike, don't care. Third strike does whatever it wants. So in the case of Makoto, if we look at the standing medium punch, the hit is the active frames. It's got 11 active frames. So that should mean on hit, you can get this up to +17, right? If it followed the same rules. Spoiler alert, it don't. There's a maximum amount of advantage that they tailored, which means that every active frame has a hit stun tailored specifically to whatever they wanted it to be. So, medium punch with Makoto. Medium punch with Makoto is +7 on hit. I've got 11 active frames, right? Why can't I get to, what, 18 or 17? Let's see if I ever get to 17. Wow, that was pretty meaty. Still +7. +7. Still +7. That was very late. +7. +7. I can't get it more. Let's try. I don't even believe it. Wow, +8. I got the 8. So does that mean that every single active frame, they basically had to reduce the hit stun by 1 to make it be either 7 or 8. Maybe you can get to 9. What this does is it prevents combos that you may otherwise be able to have. Like heavy punch would be able to combo off of medium punch, which I think is still possible against some characters when they're crouching. Maybe you can get that to work if you can find the advantage. So, Makoto is prevented from gaining a lot more frame advantage due to this. Elena. One of the things people wish Elena had was a light kick or a chain off of light so she could hit confirm stuff. Like light into uppercut, something like that. Or even like jab into uppercut, but she can't do it. But what if we look at the same rules of the newer fighting games and we apply it to Elena? Could there possibly be something that allows you to chain into a light or to combo into a light with the meaty property? Let's take a look at Elena's short. This move is actually excellent. The amount of advantage on block and on hit. And it actually has 4 active frames. Wow. That means maybe you can get to like +7 on hit. That would mean it can combo into itself, right? So let's cross-reference this. Light kick +4, that adds up. Startup 3, so that means I have an active frame on frame 4, which it says hit frame 4. So if this just had one more advantage, I could technically link it into itself, and then I would have that hit confirm with Elena. Wow, groundbreaking. Watch what happens if I actually get a meaty light kick. Oh, I actually hit that meaty. And I lost frame advantage. It's now +2. So they specifically looked at that. Was like, nah, you can't have that. Nah, we're going to reduce that. It's like a troll. Why would they do that? It's not nice. I don't appreciate it. So active frames are not uniform in Third Strike. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Oh, leave me a comment if I'm wrong about anything. Please, I'm begging you. Please tell me if I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong and learn something new. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you learned something. I'm AutoMattock. Peace. Have a nice day. And fade. Okay, video number 2 done. Did I miss anything? How y'all doing? I have some notes on that topic because the research I did last year was down to reducing lag on PC. Windows has native audio lag. Oh, yeah, that also messes things up too. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can address that. Because man, the audio lag the input delay. Also, I think there may be something with the way the game accepts inputs. That was a problem with PlayStation 4 and Street Fighter 5. And I don't know if that was game design or the console itself, but sometimes it would feel like even offline, your inputs would get skipped over. And I wonder if that plays a role with converters too. Don't know. I don't know. Nice job, thanks. That'll be good to edit. It'll be good for editing. Oh, wow, 45 minutes. Sheesh. Well, I need to mark the stream. Mark. Okay, I got one more video that I want to knock out. And it's a Hugo video. I want to do a video on the Daigo parry because that'll get views, you know what I'm saying? That'll get lots of views. I think I know how I'm going to do this. Stored 720, anti-air 720, punish 720. Jump in 720. I think Akuma might be the best way to showcase this. So you've chosen the path of the 720. You've abandoned all hope for Hammer Frenzy. You're tired of being fundamentally sound. You just want to kill people, but hold on. Let me not use kill. You just want to destroy souls when they're at 50% health. I feel you. I love that. Today, I'm going to show you how to land 720s in the various ways that I know how, besides the ones that I forgot. But there's plenty here to choose from. So, what is 720? Well, Hugo, you spin the stick 2 times. They call it a 720, but it actually is not. It don't gotta be a 720. It's actually a 540. You can end in forward. That's how you get Tachi Gigas. Use a super jump. But the first method we're gonna talk about is stored 720. Now, the 720 input actually lingers for quite a while, and apparently there's an invisible timer for it as well, so you can't really know exactly what the longest part of it is. But anyways, this is a trick that has been around forever. You do a normal, and then you input the first circle, like that. So now you have a 720 that is stored behind it. So I got my hands up here. You see what I'm doing, right? Cool. Also with movement, you see a lot of dash in 720, backdash 720, and notice I can move forward just a little bit if I do this right. Trying to do it as late as possible so you can really see it. So there's some forward movement in there. There you go. So that is how you store 720. Now, how can you use this? It's hard to find a good example. Crouching light kick is his fastest recovery normal and fastest total duration normal. And it's kind of interesting. Look at his hitbox. See his head? It actually shrinks. He actually gets lower when you hit crouching light kick. I've never used this. It's really dangerous, but technically, you could use crouching light kick to go under normals and then punish them for it. I find this very risky, but the reward is so high that I should probably learn how to do it. It's pretty good. Now, there's also the risk of timing the 720 incorrectly too. But this is yeah, you see how this heavy kick is actually hitting me? Probably doesn't hit me crouching, but that's the idea. Maybe Dudley, you can use this against his lower jumps when he hits you on the head, but it's pretty cool. So another way you can use this, just for an example, is you knock somebody down with a good knockdown, maybe a lariat, and then you buffer a normal with the 720 input, and then you do it. So you store the 720. There's oftentimes this perception that that's a standing Gigas, a Tachi Gigas. Kinda, I guess so, but it's not. It ain't one of those. I'm glad I got out in the first take. Nice. Okay. So the next method of 720 is to parry them when they jump and then do the 720, right? In the same scenario. If I parry them, this will punish their jump, as far as I know. Now, there's ways to mess this up. If you do it too quick, you'll still be in the air. So you have to wait. Like I mentioned earlier, there's a timer for the 720. You can actually wait quite a while when you input it. and then you just do it later. That's it. While you're parrying, that's when you store it. So you're combining that first aspect, and then you do it. Cool. Now, the next way to land a 720 is to punish. This is one of the best ways to do it because they made a mistake. Trying not to curse for these 720. I'm trying not to curse for YouTube videos. They made a grave error. And a popular thing Akuma players love to do is heavy kick at any given point. Good reason or not, they're gonna hit heavy kick Tatsu. This is actually punishable by 720. Problem is, take some practice to do. It takes some practice to recognize whether it's medium kick Tatsu or heavy kick Tatsu, and then spin the 720 fast enough. But that does, stick it to Akuma, and they deserve it. Yeah. It punishes. Yeah. Okay, you got it. Everyone's favorite way to land a 720. You jump in and you do it. Can't even do it. You do a little jump and then you do it. All right, let me try again. You just jump at him and you use 720. Wow. Why does it still work at high level? How can something so slow actually work against some of the best players in the world sometimes? Sometimes it can work out. What's the reason for this? It's because of Hugo actually doing a jump attack. If you actually do a jump attack, they may not want to jump at the last possible moments. So they're going to stay on the ground. Pretty much that's it. Well, there's actually more to it with that as well. Sometimes when you jump at them, they'll try to parry your jump attack. When they forward parry, if they don't jump after they forward parry it, the 720 can work. And there's some goofy things you can do like jumping backbreaker, maybe even something stupid like jumping lariat. Those are really hardcore gimmicks. And even the jumping 720 is just a little bit of a gimmick. But it can all work out. You have to combine all of these things at once and make it very difficult to actually be, I guess, predictable for your opponent to be able to respond to everything. Now, also, you can... Oh, dang it. While you're jumping at them, you should input a parry, right? I think I missed. So I'm also jumping in and parrying when I could punish if they anti-air me, but I could also just maybe input the parry and still 720. That's really hard to do. Really, really hard to do. But it's an extra layer on top of something that is probably the most obvious way to land 720. Hey, what up, Araki? How you doing? Good to see you. Okay, so I'm going to show you an option select that I love deep in my corazón. I love doing this. This is such a cool activity. Now, I'm going to do something special. I'm going to put the parry on random. This is a random parry. Watch this. I might be able to do this with my eyes closed. Maybe not. I don't think I'm doing it. I have to look. Okay. Okay. The 720 will only occur if they parry. The parry is increasing. Increasing? Decreasing? Decreasing? Increasing. The parry is increasing my buffer window. So I'm parrying after my down light punch is normally cancelable. I'm parrying. I'm 720. Did I say that right? I'm doing a 720 after the light punch is normally cancelable. There we go. So it only occurs if they parry. I love doing that. Now, is this a guaranteed answer? Nope. I'm sure they can still uppercut between this, right? They can parry and then uppercut, I think. I think some characters have a way to get around this. Maybe like this. Yeah, I think because I'm buffering the special later, it's not going to work. But if I just rip it, it might work. I don't think it does. Yeah, so there's ways around it. The option select or something? Yeah, pretty much. That's legitimately like an option select. I'm almost done with this video. I'll get to the chat in a second. So yeah, I think that's really fun. It's really great. Another way you can do this is with Giant Palm Bomber. Now this, I think a lot of characters can't get out of. I believe Chun-Li can actually do like forward heavy kick and be airborne quick enough to avoid this. But I used to practice this, maybe a little rusty, but if somebody parries your clap, you can 720 it. Oh, but it's not the easiest confirm to do. I still mess this up, and I think I just messed it up again. I think oftentimes I guess, and I don't actually react to their parry. But with some practice, I think this is reasonable. It's very hard to do. I gotta find the timing again. There we go. Shoot! Hold on. Hold on. I gotta, hold on. Cut. Oh, man, it's hard to do. I believe this is doable, though. Man. Wow. Oh! Oh! I might cut this out. Or at least word it differently. This is gonna be the outtakes. Maybe. I'm not sure. But that's really hard. So the last way to 720 is hard to explain in a mathematical sense, like I usually prefer to start, but you can whiff clap on their wake up if you have a good knockdown, which again is usually something like Lariat, or even backbreaker on some characters, like this. So this is a pretty good example. So that was light punch clap in a 720. Oftentimes people might try to parry it. So if I do heavy clap, that's actually going to hit them. I think. Let's try medium clap. So that seems to contact them after dash in. But if I do dash in light punch, we got a whiff. Now, the problem with this is it's just straight up punishable. It's not showing me the data anymore. But when I whiff a clap with light punch, this is not the best timing. You can see my character is -7 after I do a clap. So I'm just straight up punishable if they attack on wake up. They still have a reason to not attack because if I do a medium strength or heavy strength clap, that could hit them. So it's not the best way, but it is a way. I would love to establish exactly what the best advantage could possibly be. And you also have to consider how much throw invo your opponent has, which is 6. 6 when they wake up. So I suppose maybe this is perfect. -7, maybe -6. Actually, -7 might be the best I can do it. The fastest. Anyways, it's a very powerful option because clap does so much damage. You don't want to get hit by this. And if they parry the clap, I don't know, you might have saw earlier, I might have edited it out. But if you can confirm the parry in the 720, that's really dangerous for them to parry as well. So it's like the most solid thing for them to do is to block, which loses the 720. And if they block the claps, you still have a lot of advantage. So this is such a dangerous position for your opponent to be in. And it's really good for Hugo. So did I miss any? Let me know in the comments below how you love to 720 your foes. Appreciate you tuning in. I hope you learned something. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Appreciate you. Hope you learned something. I'm AutoMattock. And fade. I think that's everything. I don't have anything else. I prepared 3. No fundamentals classes in session, right? I did that one already. How's Araki doing? Oh man, I'm about to check out your archive, Araki. High level don't expect jump in super. Yes they do. You can't just let it rip. It's not gonna work very often against good players. You have to combine it with the jump in attacks. Oh yeah, and sometimes you just punish things. If they whip something and you jump in 720, that's another good one. But very infrequently that actually happens. Like Ryu throwing a fireball and then you jump in 720. That happens so infrequently, but when it does, it's pretty cool. Oh, hold on, one more thing. One more thing. That reminds me of other ways to do it. Hold on. Action. I don't know where I'm going to put this. I'll just probably slide it into the video somewhere. Doing a actually, this is good at the beginning. Doing a jump attack and then dashing in behind it. It's actually not a bad way to get a 720. It's really cheeky. You don't really work by the numbers, but who cares? Whee! That's a good way to do it. That's one way to do it. Also, you can do this with some of the claps. It's interesting how this doesn't work sometimes. If you do a heavy clap and then dash in 720, they actually still have throw involved. If you do a heavy punch clap, it actually has too much throw involved after you dash. It's incredible. So you can either delay it or use a lower strength clap. Hello? There we go. That was light punch. Giant palm bomber. Bombas. Bomber. Bomba. Okay. Cut for real. That's gonna be annoying to edit.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this. Well, I got the picture.
Okay, so that's 3 videos, and I'm still behind on videos. I have 2 videos that are uploaded, but I gotta make thumbnails. I kind of like being behind, feeling like I have an unsurmountable amount of videos to edit. It's kind of motivating. I still got the Hugo AMA, the Hunter x Hunter, the Riot video, the Sage Jam video, and then I got these 3 videos. Gotta start making more shorts. It's kind of ridiculous. How y'all doing today? Hey, wouldn't you know it? I injured myself again yesterday. You want to know how? I was reaching in the refrigerator for some cheese, and then my other side of the neck, snapped. I went, ah! It sucks, man. Ridiculous. Okay, is there anything new on the Third Strike front? I should probably change the titles because I'm done doing videos. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Pre-Evo Japan Third Strike Hangout. I don't know. I guess I'll just wing it for the rest of the stream. That was a good hour of stuff, man. Man, if I think about this like a job, not bad. It's a good hour. 3 videos, 1 hour of stream time, not bad. Oh, I got a Twitch bounty to do. I forgot all about that. Got to stretch. You're right. You're the reason why it happened in the first place is because I had that mentality. I just woke up and the smoke alarm was chirping. I'm like, oh hell no. I'm dealing with this right now. As soon as I woke up, I got the ladder out the garage, flap, folded it out, reached up there, twist. The battery was stuck, the wire was stuck. I was getting pissed, and I was reaching like this. I'm on, like, I have a high ceiling. Oh, fancy me. Stupid. I hate the high ceiling, but it's way up there. I gotta get on the last step of a tall ladder, get up there, and I was like this, and I was getting pissed because the wire wouldn't come out the back. I had to take a flathead to it. And then that was it. That was a wrap. Snap. Oh, my right side of my neck. And then yesterday, I want some cheese. Snap. Left side of my neck. Getting old sucks. But how y'all doing? You're such a dad. PNF stretching. You're welcome. Hey.
どっかで見たカードかもしんないですね、これは。
That's fine.
ブロって大パン。シュワショリュ
Is the video too loud
さこつ
compared
つ
to
な
me? Please let me know.
シュブロブロから中処理。ブロブロですね。
Hope it's not.
さあ、シュワショ置いてる。
にシンクが置いてある。
投げて。行かな
I've
い。
been trying to mess with the levels of the sound lately. I'm not sure if it's quite right. Video volume is fine.
さあ中盤ブロって。
Because the way I see it, they're nearly equal. My voice and the video. I want it to be a little bit lower. How old are you? How old do you think I am?
さあ、
Go.
I'm not quite a spring chicken anymore.
サムさんもね、表裏うまいんで、結構やばい時あるんで、
なるほど
ね、見てて。
あれ勝利点じゃダメなの？
あー、いけますが、しかし、
怖い。
出すのもちょっとむずい。
なるほどなるほど。
I'm almost 40.
さあブロって今入った。
Saruka?
入ったら中台波動陣台。
Forge strike. Alex has damage in there, crying of joy. Oh, it reminds me of that video. I forgot to
原
cut.
さんだけ。
You can hit him from Alex
Yeah.
crouch. You can hit him from Alex's crouch light kick into super. It's pretty good, but it can whiff too. I'll do it live. I'll do it live. I'll do it live.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this. Yeah.
This isn't a PogChamp moment thumbnail, but it's pretty good. It's not easy to do. Six hits. Got it. Six hits. Six. I think I missed that one. Yep. Six. Is that a link? Yep. Yep. I think this is a hit confirm, but the problem is if you're just a few hectares too far, it's not gonna work. It's too far. The grab's gonna whiff at the end. So that's probably the unfortunate part about it. And maybe that's why you don't see a lot of Alex players do it. But he's got a low into super. I just learned that. It's true. But it's hard. Also, I made the video about hit confirming the EX elbow slash. Stand light kick. It's even. That don't work. You can use this if you parry something and they're close enough, right? If you just cancel it, but linking it will not work. This is only even on hit. This is +2 on hit. Stand like it hits far. It's besides the point. Yeah, but even then, it's probably not going to work. That's pretty good. Wow. This is not related to what I was talking about, but... Okay, so not really max range either. But that's good, but it's not a confirm. That's what I'm trying to get across. Can you parry Chun's SA2 after the flash? I can. I can. This is going to be a part of the Daigo video that I want to make and really analyze the whole Daigo parry and what Daigo did. Because there's this misconception that you have to parry before the flash, which is just wrong. It's not right. After the flash. Oops. I'm like lazy with it now. Oops. But yeah, you don't have to do it. That was before the flash. See? But the problem is, if you parry before the flash, you can't parry again. Yep. You can't parry again because you already parried. You're on the 20 frame cooldown, I think. I think it's 20 frames. Oh my god. It's like the hardest part. Oh, too busy talking. Oh, what is wrong with me? Oh. Can I put my back into it? Terrible. Oh. Oh, I did the heavy kick too late. Oh my. I don't know what it is about third strike, but it feels like it's easier to do things if it's clutch, if it's in a match. Terrible. All right, one more. In the zone, yeah, something like that. Oh my goodness. Why? Oh, I think I missed the heavy kick timing. Man, that's the hardest part. This is easy. Oh my goodness. Gotta actually practice this part. What am I doing with my life? Wow. Oh, okay. Man, I see what I'm doing wrong. Just gotta fix it. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Why? What happened to me? No! You may have to pack it up. I usually get it on the first try. Oh, what an uppercut! Why can't I do an uppercut in this super? Oh, I know why. Oh! I jumped late. Man. Do it on P2? Do you just switch to player 2 when something goes wrong in your life? Huh? You gotta face it. Oh. Oh my God. This is embarrassing. Yes! I think I got it. How many hits is it? Is it 13? If this is 12, then I didn't get it. If this is 12 hits, then I messed it up. Oh, okay, I got it. I got it. All right, one more time. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at chat while I do it. Oh, what am I doing? missing the uppercut. Mm. Man. Oh, I give up. I mean, I hit it one time. Dang it. You think Daigo practiced it a whole lot? Probably. All that cheap box using done got your hands effed up. Nah, it ain't that. I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm really fast in third strike lately, but too fast. Not sure. What are the hardest things to do in third strike? This gives me an idea for another video. What are the hardest things to do in third strike? Hardest third strike things to do. There's a better title there, but tackle headbutt, yeah. Tackle headbutt. Dang. Daigo parry can be tough. Dachi Gigas is pretty hard to do. And I think jump cancel clap is really hard. Hammer Frenzy. Kara Demon. Oh yeah, Kara Palm. I'll give Kara Palm. And Heavy Punch Loop. Hey Palm. Elena DP working. KKZ reset? Nah, that's not that bad. This can be ranked though. I don't think Kara Demon is that bad, but certainly it's difficult for some people. Oh yeah, Kara Deadly Throw. You're right. Q. Kara. Command grab. Kara Demon isn't too difficult. It's probably the easiest to do. Actually, I think it's yeah, it's probably the easiest to do out of all of these. I'll start to rank them a little bit. This is the easiest. Which is the hardest to do out of all of these? The Kara Palm loop is really hard to do. All of them? This is going to be hard to rank. I still can't do the Q command grab from player 2 side. Kara Power Bomb? How do you do that? Elbow loop? Man. Yeah, that's true. I don't want to do that. Daipon loop? I have it right here. Maybe I'll put Daipon. Ibuki taunt combo loop? What is that? I don't even know what that is. What? That's already enough. Who else is there? I gotta look at the menu.
World of Street Fighter 3. Prepare for battle.
Some of the Yang combos against Q are kind of difficult. They're not that bad once you know how to do them. Oh, Dudley sweeps. What's the hardest one to do? I'll find that out. Dudley
Yeah, I've been waiting for this.
heavy kick
I got
juggles.
the picture.
Jugglers. Yang versus Q juggles. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Ken Shoryu into Shoryu. That's one everyone knows.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this. World of Street Fighter 3. Yeah.
This would be a great video.
For battle.
Hey, it's been a while, alright? Wow. I've only been playing Hugo for the past 2 weeks. Can't do anything anymore. Hey, I got it. Wow. There we go. All right. Oh, Air Tatsu dash up double DP. That one is sick. Ah. I think the way the Tatsu hit also matters just a little bit. Oh. Wasn't there a way to like uppercut and dash? Maybe not. Or do you buffer the dash? Oh. Oh. Okay, you can buffer the dash after you do the Tatsu. Dash with down forward forward. Really? I think that simplifies the inputs a little bit. Oh. Hey, that's so sick. I don't know the technicality of this. Is it just a small frame window for canceling? The Kara, so what you're doing with this crouching medium kick is you are increasing the range with down medium kick. Or actually crouching heavy kick you can also use. So you see how I move forward a little bit when I Kara throw with Ken? You can actually Kara throw with Ken with down medium kick. That's what's happening with the uppercut. It's moving him forward a little bit. There we go. See if I can do it on the first try again. Q car command grab. Ah. There we go. This is so insane. I can't do it on a two-piece side. I don't know why. Kind of makes me rethink the way I hold the stick. That's probably contributing why. Hey, I did it! Ah. Hey, I got two. That's good enough for me. Huh. That's so sick. R bomb? What's the input? I actually don't know. What would you Kara with this? Forward heavy punch? Light kick maybe? Oh, you have to do power bomb with the forward input. With Q, his command grab, you don't need forward. You can do it from diagonal. But with this is an input, you need the cardinal forward. 2LP to medium bomb. What? Oh wow, that's sick. I didn't know you can Kara down light punch. So the way you do this is probably you have to do the direction and the input quickly, right? Oh. It's a medium bomb? Okay, I think I had to hit down and light punch at the same time and then plink to... Can I do... Oh, okay, I think I know how to do it. I think I just did it. There it is. You have to Kara both the direction and the button at the same time. So whereas normally you would do a button into a button, this one you need a button and a direction into a button. That's sick. When would you use this though? Is this even good? There we go. I got a couple of them. When do pools start? I think they start at like 1 a.m. EST or something like that. I think Remy had some full LOV combos, but I only remember seeing it in combo videos. Yeah. The Genki Bomb, I guess so. Remy's SA1, if the meter was shorter, it'd be kind of busted. It's kind of good that it's not too long. It gives him basically a safe wake up. It's like almost, it's nearly a get out of jail free. You can't punish this when you parry it. It's plus when you block it. I guess you gotta, I don't know how to stop him from doing it on wake up, honestly. +3. Maybe it's probably one of the few supers in a game that has that. That's that fast, advantageous on block. +4. So you could do. I think you can do light kick into uppercut, and that works. I think uppercut also works. This is 7 hits. I gotta do the... That can combo, I believe. Maybe if it hits some crouching, it's easier. But there's some combos you can do with this. Actually too far. How fast is it? Even. That comboed. You can combo it into itself. You can also do a Kara with it, right? That's so sick and stupid. You see how I move forward? Kara super with heavy kick. This character is so cool. Kara uppercut. Kind of want to play him again. Alright, I'm gonna relax for a little bit. Ooh! Ooh! I want to see this.
相手するのが誠とチュンリーという形ですね。
はい。まあでも自分から大将に行ったんじゃないの？わさびさんも。
まあやっぱこの男はいつだってやっぱ大将が似合うと。
はい、大将が似合う男ですね。
Matchup sucks.
しかもこれだけの人数が見ているとなれば。
そう。ただここは生えて生えて。
I'm probably the only person in the world that thinks Makoto Suburugi sucks. Why am I ever gonna get hit by that? Free parry.
さあ大慶だけ。
Oh no! Oh no!
では大パンさんちも体力もない状況。
That's a wrap. He's gonna need a high quality hammer. What the?
届かない。
ちょっと届かなかった。
I ain't gonna work.
さあ第2ラウンド。
I almost feel like he did that just to let the round end quicker, but there's no reason to do that either.
そうですね。
Might as well just build more meter for the next round.
さあこの場合は唐草通るとっていう状況ですけども。
Oh yeah, here goes down medium kick. It's so good.
と言われている場所も
So good it doesn't give you anything when you knock
お
it
互いの
down.
得意エリアが同じですね。
同じですね。
Do you dislike Makoto as a character design or in power lever? Neither.
背負わせ
The
が背負う
only
かです
characters I don't like, but it's not like I
剣。
really care that much. But it's just Oro and Urien. I don't like. And Yun.
手堅くと。
Yun. And then I guess Chun-Li a little bit,
But
but it's not like a
これは
hardcore
大
hate.
ファンにされ
Big
て
deal.
チェスト。
さあドット。
Fun
ファウルか
to
ら
win against those
あ、
characters.
手にあった。
こっから。
Oh, do the light kick lariat. Oh, what was
あーと
that?
読み合いが。
I need to show YSB my setups.
ということで、
With light kick lariat against Makoto. Or is he a Japanese player and I have nothing to teach
第
him?
3の早尾のチュンリー戦ってどうなん
That's
です
the
か？
worst.
まあもう 救護使いの中ではやっぱりトップだと思います。
COD Legend 360 Pinor activated the rare cooldown 16 minutes ago.
でかつギガスを貯めてワンチャンス掴みに行くっていうそのクオリティですよね、やっぱり。
昔大貫さんが大阪に行った時も、
はいはいはい。
やっぱ結構
It's messed up how the Ford heavy kick avoided the heavy kick in the air. They had to do splash instead. I think I've seen this match already.
今こういうね、エボジャパンの直前でどういう結果になるかはかなり注目ポイントではあるんですが、
もしかするとこのパームを置いてる距離っていうのも
Let me check my YouTube video performance.
外で振ってるイメージがなんかちょっと
I made a pretty funny thumbnail.
これ空振りした時
Sick thumbnail,
当たるような
thanks.
仕組みになってるんですよ
匂いますね。
匂いますよねこれ。
はい。でやっぱりここは中足届いてしまって砲翼戦。ちょっとブロッキング最後までいけなかったか。しっかりブロっている。これはタミがしっかりケアできてますね。さあしかしギガスがあるうち
Wow, the Hadouwalk video is getting so many views. That's pretty crazy.
これは飛んでいた。
YouTube grind starting to pay off.
要素非常に強い技で攻防一体ですね。あのまま逃げられるという優れた技になってます。
大パンよやっぱりあれですかね、ちょっと先端気味だと
Maybe left thinking about how long you probably had to work on that, but it is sick. Honestly, maybe like 5 or 10 minutes. I'm starting to get better at thumbnail editing. Even like the process of taking a picture, it's just not, it's like less than a minute. Like 30 seconds for me to take a picture, transfer it to my editing computer, then put it into Adobe. And Photoshop, they have so many tools to make things more simple. Like you used to have to click on the quick selection tool and then highlight stuff and then even it out so it has nice edges. Not as a tool for like remove background. It's like, so I don't even care if I find an image that's not a PNG. I just copy the image, put it in Photoshop, and then click remove background. Like, wow, that took 10 seconds. Cool.
中堅対決でここシンタが出てきました。シンタ VS ワンピが F だとリツピが
That'd be so sick if Smug was in one of these videos. I hope he goes, but maybe it's already too late. I want to have Smug in a tournament idea. The 6-man 3-way threat. See if I can get Smug in there.
引きつけて EX シェッパー、ストリートファイター。先行トーナメント。ちょっと誰かツイッターの URL 貼ってくれないかな。なんか最近ね。
I'm looking for recent Third Strike archives, but I don't think. I think Araki. Yeah. Araki streamed recently, so I might look at his archive. Yep, 9 hours ago. I watched that too. Heck yeah. Oh, and there was also a online tournament that I wanted to go over for analysis. The Gilluminati. Actually, a lot of strong players. I think Moetry was in there. Big Nasty. The Kuma player. Versaga? Does anybody know Versaga? It's pretty sick. Wow. Duddles on Duddles action. It's cool to see some of the old names come through. Did I watch this one already? And Niaban has been playing. I shared that Hadouwalk video. It's a nice demo. I felt like that deserved for me to make a video on it by itself. Because I didn't explain it well. I didn't explain it like I was teaching it. I was learning it. But I wasn't like too clear about saying the things that I was doing. I was just doing it and learning for myself, but I wasn't doing a good job of explaining the whole process. Because there was a comment in the YouTube that was like, I still don't get it. I was like, I think I know why you didn't get it. Because I didn't do a good job of explaining it.
そう
But I was learning it. I was learning it in that moment. It'll be alright.
大パン
バンバンうわー中足かなんかを大
次
足
中足当たるが
シャガ大パンで勝って
さあ移動投げちょっと届かなかった
ちょっとこの誠ヤズ戦慣れてる感じがする
このじりじりしたこの間合いがすごいですね間合い管理が前に出たところに中足引っかかって
Smug likes 3S and CVS2 a lot. I think he tweeted about that. It's interesting how it works backwards. He wasn't really able to play Dudley. I mean, he was not able to play Dudley in Street Fighter 5 and 6 now. But he can go back in time and play some Dudley, and that may have been the catalyst to introduce him to, you know, the wonderful, broken, dumb, and awesome world of old fighting
ジャンプ中
games.
継で降りてくるのと剣のタイミングずらしでねブロッキングのタイミングをずらしている
I hate when people are right about their criticisms of Third Strike, but they don't know
そうですね
the things that are better that makes it way more tolerable.
取ってチェストチェスト
Like, okay, sure, I can enjoy a Chun-Li mirror
まあ欲張ったんじゃなくて
for about 3 matches, and then I'm also like, all right, this is boring. Let me get some different matches.
やられてしまう
KO
But if you sit there and you're like, Chun-Li just makes the game dumb. It's like, yeah, you're right, but there's also a lot of cool stuff too. Wish she just had a scene like in anime like 3S does, but I get why it doesn't. Absolutely, man. How can you play it?
SA は池越エレナがさあこれはスピニングビートを選択している
I haven't heard good things about the Fightcade version of CVS2.
さあ一旦距離を
And it's also a hard game to.
ここはエレナ
I don't
が
know.
まずは
It's not the
ファン
best
タジストたちと迫っていくが
viewing
そこまでない形
experience for some reason. I'm not sure why.
さあ体じゃ投げ
It's a really cool game.
膝
I love the
ダメ足がおー
the
激しい
new
なかなか目まぐるしく
team
入れ替わり
types.
ますが
I feel like that game is not completely figured out.
さあコメントで応援も来ているマレットが
First
ちょっ
strike
と引っかかる
criticism.
形
Sure.
さあここは中足保護翼線
There's a Flycast update that's been ready for like a year or so, but it hasn't been
あの
incorporated.
懐かしいカードで言えば
うん
力まれたいあの
CVS2 on 5K feels like 3. It feels like how 3S felt on GGPO way back in the day. It works, but it feels janky. And I think the demand for it isn't as high as Third Strike, which is kind of unfortunate.
攻撃のあの
If there was more demand, maybe it would
はいはいはい
be a higher priority
あの
to
最後
do
スラ打っ
something
て
about
終
it.
了しちゃったっていう
ああなるほどなるほど
あのやっぱ
Oh, this is the crazy Elena player. I think I saw this video yesterday.
エレナもその間合いでね
They went ham. Look at that. That's so sick.
しゃがみ中盤からの
They
ス
were
クラッチ
rushing
を入れた
down
し
Chun-Li.
倒しきる選択肢を
If this was a
持ってくる
boxing match, the Elena player would have won on
ファイナルラウン
points,
ド
but Chun-Li don't
ただ
care.
ゲージを持ってるのでわあスピードでかき回してきたここは
Speed.
速い
They are going
エ
off.
レナが一切止まらない一回止めたが体力差が半分
R
以上
grab. This Chun-Li is so sick, but hey.
さすがですね
Jump
エレナの持ち
heavy
味
kick.
最大限に生かしてます
Oh, did she really? Ah.
ダークレンズオブサードストライク
Yeah, nice moves, Elena.
ちょっと F ワード
My
が
friend would call that a
飛び交
flying
って
squirrel. Get your flying squirrels. Boop. In case you didn't know, it's good to hit that ball. You can control the direction, and with Sean when he throws the basketball at the beginning of the round, you can control the direction. But it actually, hold on. It, man, I gotta. It actually builds him a little bit of meter if you hit them with it, so it's good to do.
バチニーの応援がまあさすがに多いな
You gotta take every single edge you can with
さあ
Sean.
序盤どう動くのか選んでるのはバーストですねなんか最近たまにキャラによってちょっとキャノンにしたりなんだハイトルにしたり
It's not that bad of a risk to do against Chun-Li when she has no meter. To just throw in a whatever that was called, the tackle.
あの訂正します
There's some weird gimmicks you can do with it that don't work on every character. Sean has tech that's really interesting, but it's extremely gimmicky and not good. Ooh! You can hit confirm his target combo, medium into heavy kick, but who cares? Like, oh, nice hit confirm. What next?
リーチが違いすぎるだけしかしチュンリーあっという間にゲージ作って
Mm.
早いねやっぱチュンリー
いやー相打ちだ
I like Shoryu Cannon for Sean. Probably not in this matchup though.
いくつ打った
I'm gonna play some Sean again.
さあ西川まだ謝らなくていいチャンスが残ってるかこれだいぶ準備がゲー作っちゃったんだねさあ中足保育1
A
回
lot of tiers have tech that is extremely gimmicky and take a god to use in a game. I mean, it's not that difficult to do. It's just most people don't know about it.
さっきの見た指が来
Oh, here's another one. Sean, whenever you hit them with the basketball, his property for taunt is it increases the amount of stun that he does. It increases his stun.
おお投げたの
One of his moves that actually does, I mean, it's probably one of his sorta usable moves. His wheel kick overhead move, which is airborne, it can kind of go over lows. That actually has a lot of stun. So if you combine the taunt with the wheel kick, you get a little more stun. You might have a chance at actually stunning somebody with Sean.
よく確認した今打っただろボタン聞こえたぞ聞こえたのは聞こえたけど出てない
Yep. Oh no!
出てない聞こえたのは
This is punishable, right?
だけど
Did that? Wait, did that actually punish the crouching medium
聞こえ
kick?
たけど
I don't know. I don't know why they got hit.
残んな危ない聞こえたのは聞こえたけど
This move is for if you're gonna stun them, you can use this. If it stuns them, you can use it if it's gonna kill them. You can use it for chip damage. If you use it on block or hit, it's bad news. It's just punishable.
出てない残んな危ない危ない
Three Cannon is honestly his best super for the most part. It's just that you don't have a low forward super like you do with the other two.
そうでした
That's kind of important.
さあバチニーの応援がまあさすがに多いな
Okay, what happened at Cube Koenji? Koenji Cube? What happened last night? Or earlier today? I think this is the last possible meetup before Evo Japan. Got a Remy player. I wonder if they did a tournament. I forget how they format this. If they just play casuals or if they actually have a tournament. Ooh! They did a tournament. Nice. But yeah, back to Sean. The Shoryu Cannon has a much better knockdown. And the damage is great. You can do short super. I think it's close heavy kick or medium kick. You can confirm that in a super. Sick. Ooh. Who's this Remy? Who's this Remy? Kind of nice. Yoku? Yoko? She's sick? I hate when you have a... Oh, I'll speak for me. I hate when I have a reaction to a lady doing something that is good. Like, she's sick? I wish it would just be a non-whatever. Oh, wow. Cool. Nothing unique about this at all. That's something you see every day. What do you mean? That's tight. Just so sad we haven't had a Street Fighter with the amount of style Third Strike has, especially the music. I think I can agree with that. I think you can make some arguments for gameplay that there's some unique things in some of the Street Fighters. But as far as the aesthetic and music, yeah, this is the best. I was looking at Street Fighter 6 the other day. I saw a clip. I was like, man, this game does not flow as well as Third Strike does. Like, the combos look really square. I don't know how that makes sense, but ay ay ay. That's all there is to it. The old command grab. The old dick twist. I was like, what was it? That sucks. Sometimes against Makoto, you can't punish with down light kick into flash kick. So you have to have the charge for the flash kick preemptively, so you can punish it with flash kick. Tekken square. think we'll see one of these characters in Street Fighter 6. I feel like Dudley is likely. Remy is a choice. As much as people pretend like they want Remy. I don't know, man. Maybe I shouldn't say that. It's the same thing with Armika. Oh yeah, bring back Armika. Nah. Remy ain't coming back? What do you mean? He's already come back. He's on that poster. He's on a poster, right? In the World Tour mode. Would you Play Yuri in 6? Of course. I played Yuri in 5. Actually, the highest I placed at a major tournament was with Urian. I got like 5th? I think I got 5th place at a major playing Urian when he first came out. I heard you say Armika. Who wants Remy though? I mean, I'd definitely play him. But the thing is, just play him here. To me, that's fine. I'll play him right here. He's cool. Higher than top 8? No. In Cross Tekken, I got 2nd at the Fall Classic. Forgot who I lost to. Oh, I lost to Tampa Bison. Son of a gun. I still want to get a major tournament win. I mean, I won Punch Planet at Evo, but it's not, obviously it's not the same. Winning Punch Planet at Evo was like beating 2.5 good players. As much as I like that game, the player pool isn't exactly massive. How would Aegis work in 6 considering the way parry works in that game? You can probably fake the Aegis. If they hold parry, you throw them, and then they'll throw combos off of the Aegis. You can always just combo it on hit. I mean, it's like the same thing with Rashid Tornado. With that same thought process, you would think Rashid's Tornado wouldn't work either. Oh, just parry it. It's gonna give you a bunch of meter back. It's about the on hit, the utility, and an answer for the parry. Maybe I'm just old, but Third Strike and Cvs 2 are just the premiere for me. Yeah. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back. Nah, I think Street Fighter 6 will be okay. I think Street Fighter 6, it'll end up being much better than it is right now. I think it had a fantastic start, both as a casual game and a competitive game. The first month and a half, 2 months were great. But now there's no communication, there's no update, nothing to look forward to, nothing really to do. It's not, the gameplay is too aggressive. It's way too aggressive. This is an incredible fighter. What? Listen, man. When you've gone through so many Luke down medium punches, Luke down medium kick, drive rush in neutral. It's a little bit, it gets a little old. I don't think I'm gonna watch anything but 3S. I wouldn't mind watching some Tekken and Street Fighter 6. I'm not a Third Strike pure fart sniffing exclusive. This is the only game ever made that was good. That's not me. I still think it's the best one made. Whether how much is intentional or not, and balance and stuff. The balance is kind of whack. There's things that are borderline game breaking, like an agent. But the key is that the good heavily outweighs the bad, and most of the bad is fun when you beat it. When you beat a skillful Chun-Li player, it feels really good. Fart sniffing exclusive. Street Fighter 5 release was a travesty? For sure, man. I don't know how that, like, almost put us back to the Stone Ages. Every game has its fair share of trash stuff. Nothing is 100% fair. It just depends if it's fun to beat or fun to do. Ideally, both. It's fun to do the broken stuff, and it's fun to beat the broken stuff. But when it's not fun to do it, and it's not fun dealing with it, which is a lot of Street Fighter 6 to be honest. And Street Fighter 6 is kind of fair, kinda. It's not broken. But it's not fun to deal with. And I don't find it fun to do. RPS is 100% fair. Checkmate Blaze. That's the other thing about the burnout DI, the inescapable burnout DI. I think it is fair, but it's not fun. There's nothing interesting about it. It's like when your opponent is in that situation and then you hit the DI, you just wait for the match to end. There's nothing else to do. Like, oh, well, you should have used all your meter. True. But it's still boring. It's still nothing to... What I don't like about Street Fighter 6 is that you get hit once anywhere and you get put into the corner or some dumb Oki situation. Dude, man, oftentimes both. You don't... Like, I think there's so much room for interesting choices in Street Fighter 6, but it's just overshadowed by simple solutions. Go forward drive rush. Oops, it hit. Oops, it was a block. Take this mix up. Drive reversal being better would help solve that, but I don't know if drive reversal is interesting and fun. But yeah, when you hit somebody in Street Fighter 6, what often happens is you can get corner carry, you get big damage, you get drive gauge advantage. Like, what, can I just choose 1.5 things maybe and not get everything? I can choose to get a side switch. Just a bit much. I haven't played it in a while. Whenever I watch footage, it makes me not want to play it. I don't think DR is easy to fix either, like at all. I would try increasing the screen freeze by a few to a couple frames, like 3, 4, 5 frames. I would try that. I don't know how it's gonna work though. I would try that, and I would reduce the screen freeze on drive reversal. That shouldn't be that long. You shouldn't be able to react to it with super. Man, I haven't booted Street Fighter 6 in a while. And then either make drive reversal faster or don't make it unsafe on block. That's crazy. That's just why. I trust that Capcom is cooking behind the scenes. I would have agreed with you months ago, but now I feel like, hey, y'all okay over there? Are y'all all right? Because we ain't heard something in a while. What's going on? And that Capcom Cup post show was like, hey, yeah, it'll be $1 million again. See ya. Hey, it's another million. Not as much, but it's another million. Goodbye. Okay. Dude, I'm starting to be a League of Legends. I'm starting to be a double KO believer. Cause you know they're gonna drop at least like 5 million on that. It'll be like 5 million. I'm gonna start to be a double knockout 2x KO Project L. Not a shill. I legit think it's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be the best fighting game ever made, probably. It ain't gonna have footsies, but I think it's gonna be really interesting. It'll be $1,250,000. It had to be more than 2 million, because the first Capcom Cup was 2 million. I really feel like 3S is like an anomaly because of how hard it is to move. Because Street Fighter 4 had some very uninteresting, easy solutions. Same with Street Fighter 5. Hard to move. I do agree, though. It is weird. This isn't an air dashing, super running type of game. You just kind of walk around and jump. Whoa! 2XKO comes out. I swear to God, I'm gonna top 8 something. I bet they're gonna have like tournaments every day. They'll probably have tournaments built into the game. Just imagine the player base for that. The IP and the player base are the best mechanics of 2XKO. Like, sure, you got some retreating, backwards moving something. You got the tag, and you have like the interactive tag. But whatever, man. The IP and the player base. It's probably going to be more than Street Fighter 6. I think it's going to be closer to multiverses. Whoa, that sucks. I think it's so funny how the Hunter x Hunter game has to compete with Project L. I don't. I think that's a tragedy. I think that sucks. They better release Hunter x Hunter first. It's going to come out like this summer. Is it? Because it don't look like it's ready. That looks like, remember when they first showed Street Fighter 5 and like they had placeholders for what V-Trigger and things was all over the place? Nah, man. Hunter x Hunter, that game don't look ready at all. And I don't think, yeah, they're going to release it before it's ready. That's probably, and then that's a recipe for disaster. So they're kind of like, I don't feel like if they release it early, it's going to be bad. If they release it too late and it's going to be near the double knockout, that's bad also. Ain't nobody gonna play it. That sucks. That's really unfortunate. Looks like a mobile game. I don't know what could carry that game to success at all. Hunter. All right, let's see what we got. Were these like the first 2 people at the arcade just going at it? That's sick. 426, thank you. I'm about to start looking for it. Maybe I'll just do that now. Unless I see some Hugo. Who's y'all's favorite character to watch in this game? Oh, we got some Hugs. Some Hugh Larrys. Necro? Unbiased answer, Urian. I never remember who you are, Gibbs. Gibbs. So many damn screen names. I love some big bodies. Yeah, I think Hugo is pretty universal. For you? Urian and Dudley? Really everywhere. Ibuki and Yang? I guess for me it's pretty much anybody except for a Chun Yun Ken where they're fighting Chun Yun or Ken. But those matchups can be great too. But it has to be kind of high caliber, like Deshi Ken against Nuki. That'll be cool. But most of the times, those characters don't excite me. But if you throw in like Chun-Li versus Urian or Ken versus Hugo, that I'm interested in. No matter like if it's just mid-high to low-high level, down for that. All right, let's see what happens at this old 420. What time? 426. Tournament starts at 426. But yeah, I'm going to start uploading videos. I know they're not going to get views. I don't really care because it's more important for like community and stuff. I'm going to start uploading videos without permission. I don't think anybody minds. But like tournaments like this, local tournaments, online tournaments, whether it's just the grand finals or maybe top 4, I'm going to start uploading those to help promote those tournaments. Because one of the most challenging things about Third Strike is just knowing what's around you and what actually happens for tournaments. So I'm going to do what I can to help promote it. Like I had a YouTube comment that asked. I posted the video about the tournament in Durham, North Carolina, Warring Triad, and somebody in the comments was like, "Where is this at?" So then I re-edited the thumbnail to say Durham. So get people out there. Can you imagine if someone like Maximilian was promoting tournaments, like offline? It almost makes me think it might be a bad thing. Like too many people would show up. Oh. Wow. Wow. Me and my friends started saying wow because of low tier God. We watched that clip of him saying, "This dude's doing strings." I forgot all about that. Mud is a sick name. I like it. Mud. Every time I see a character, I just want to play them again. Like, this makes me want to play more Elena. I think spinning beat is mildly underrated. Oh! You can link quite a few things into it. Spinning a beat. Oh, I was way too early. Roshi Hikari's at the tournament. Ryan, probably Ryan Bacramante. Fern, I believe Fern is a Necro player, right? Boop, 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 boop. What? What? Why did they hit like that? What? What? Did you do light punch uppercut? Why? Huh? Elena is the honest Chun. I guess. Maybe light punch DP by mistake. Yeah. Honest is a curious word to use. Are you Mud? I'm not Mud. One of the problems with Elena's down medium punch into the spinning beat super, no, not spinning beat, brave dance, is sometimes the distance is just too far and you don't actually connect. It's not cool. Like, say you parry Chun's heavy punch in neutral and you do down medium kicks brave dance, you're not always close enough for it to connect, so it kind of sucks. I forgot how you whiff punish that move when you parry it. Oh. Oh. That's gonna be it. I feel like an EX headbutt would have done the job there. Dash and throw. Part of the scrub tactics 101. But it's not exclusive. Urian players, they'll fairly point out how his pokes aren't very strong. Like, you can't do a low forward super. You can barely do a medium punch cancel. But they look cool. When you hit heavy punch with Urian, it looks sick. Bow! She isn't worse Chun, who, Elena? I just think the comparison is very archaic. Like, there's logic to it, but I think it's better to think of them as two separate characters for sure. What up, Type G? Got jump roundhouse. He has no right to complain. Is that good? All I know is it's good against Hugo. Oh. Oh. Smart. It's good against everyone. Is Ken just American Ryu? Calculated? Actually, yes. Well, actually, Sean just Brazilian Ken. That doesn't make any sense. I think Sean has a good chance at making it in Street Fighter 6. He hasn't been in other like 4, 5, or 6. So I think you can see Sean, Dudley. There's too many characters to add though. They only added 4 characters in season 1. I feel like that's one less than usual, or am I just making that up? I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But it feels like they only can put so many characters in a particular season. So I think Sean and Dudley are somewhat high demand, but that's half of what they might add. They got to add a character that's unique, like totally new. So then they have 2 Third Strike characters, a new character, and then what? You're still missing like all of Shadowloo, right? Oh, I don't know what they're going to do. Do y'all think, man, can I run a poll? Let me see. I can. Street Fighter 6 announcement at EVO Japan. Heck no. For sure. Let's do a poll for 2 minutes. Do you think there's going to be an announcement for Street Fighter 6 at EVO Japan? Whether it be new character, balance change, whatever. Or do you think it's just going to be radio silent? For sure. Wow, a lot of people think there's going to be an announcement for Street Fighter 6 at EVO Japan. So far, it's vastly in favor of for sure there will be an announcement. Or is this just hopium? Is this hopium or like he legit thinks so? Okay, it's 20-80%. That's interesting. I would vote no. I'm already ready to be disappointed. I clicked for sure it's hopium. Isn't Akuma playable at Japan Evo? I haven't heard anything about that. Maybe an Akuma teaser? That's a good point. They should do that. Why wouldn't they do that? He's at some real life Battle Hub in Japan only. Or Battle Hub in Japan on May 1st. Dang! It's April. May 1st is close though. That's a couple days. Maybe. I think there's a chance. I'm a little bit swayed. I'm really surprised at the disparity though. 25%? Heck no. 75% for sure. It wouldn't make sense, but Capcom has defied logic a few times already. So that's what I'm thinking. That's exactly, I'm on the same page. Like they should. Why wouldn't they? This one character every quarter sucks. Yeah, man. And I think it would be more exciting if the game were, you know, kind of tweaked a little bit. Because, like, let's say they add Gen. I actually would like to see Gen in Street Fighter 6. I think it'd be really cool. But I would only take it for so long. Because you'd still be playing the same stupid down medium punch buffer, down medium kick drive rush to neutral. Still gonna drive you nuts. Isn't Gen dead? I don't know. Nash was dead. They turned him into a half zombie. What was that? Can we discuss that? Why did they make Nash a half person, half zombie. What?
相当ショート減りすぎだよ。3500ぐらいだ。
Do whatever. Do whatever they want.
うわ
Isn't Tekken 8? What's her? Jun? Isn't she supposed to be dead? That's why he has the head gem. Like you're, yeah, exactly. Gil is also split in half too with the red and blue. What is going on with the lore of Street Fighter? I think G is still the devil, or he's a alien, or both. Who knows? Bunch of stoners at the writing department at Capcom. They are not stoned? How else can you come up with this? Who is JP? The Q being G being Q thing was the most flaccid design they had. Flaccid.
何これで戦ったことある？何これで対戦してフレンドになった？
I think Q is the intel for G. Because he has so much defense, he can collect a lot of data on his opponents. And then there's also a weird connection between, what was that doll with the mask? I can't think of her name. You know what I'm talking about. She's got a mask too. DeCapre. DeCapper. Man. I bet the only reason they added that character is so they didn't have to make another model. Like, it's Cammy. Just give her some weird moves. Just name him Hunt. Oh! Lightning legs might not be the best idea against Urian. Because if you parry it, you get so much meter back. That's just giving him ages. That's why the dolls exist. Technical limitations written into lore. I saw Arlia's tweet recently about one thing from Second Impact to Third Strike that was missing was the end screens. Like you have a big animation of Ken and then of Gil, but they didn't have enough memory to do that in Third Strike. But they say some wild stuff in Second Impact. Wild. I thought it was just written in like somebody photoshopped it. Apparently Ken is talking to Gil and saying, "Are you wet in the middle?" Let me pull that up. Wild.
固まる VS モデル見たいな。あ、次固まるくんとモデルさんか。どうだった俺の水拳？いや、あれやばい。水拳。
There it is. You gonna tell me they're not stoned over there in the writing department of Capcom? JP? I'm the only true man of flame, by the way. Did you get wet around the middle? What is that supposed to mean? 10 out of 10 translation team. The bad translation? But what would the correct translation be? He pee-peed himself. But it's got to be related to his attire. Ken wouldn't say that if he was just wearing something normal, right? That's gross. So the Alex Elena one, if you find it, I'll put it up. That one's crazy. Like way out of pocket. In the middle, ice and flame meet, so he is dripping water. What? Nah, I'm not. Nah, I can't let you get away with that. That sounds logical and true, but why point that out?
昇竜で暴れる
Bad link. Hold on. Now I gotta click it.
傭兵さん以外は当たらない
Oh, that one's fine. That one works. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That one's. I don't know if that one's okay to put on Twitch. Nah, man, I can't even show that.
入る傭兵さんが
Nah, keep that link away. No, I ain't showing it. Nah, man, that was dangerous.
しかしさすがに傭兵さんというのも止めない
It's crazy.
鳥が噛み合ってしまう
I feel like SNK games have weirder quotes. Bro, this is a YouTube video. I'm starting to be on that. Man, I hope I don't get too far into darkness.
さあこれが
I just want to teach people how to play fighting games, not show off Elena's butt cheeks. But that'd be a good win quote. That would reach out to the casual audience. Weirdest win quotes. Street Fighter.
俺がマイクをやる余裕がない
Act Gil versus Can. Wet in the middle.
代わりにマイク刈り下ろし刈りはこれは
Your cheeks?
精鋭使いがもともとすごい少ないんで多分日本でプレジと
I think I've heard of this Q player.
ブローぐらいしかいない
Everybody's heard of Roshi.
まあブローは
Man plays SA3 every time.
使い分けるんですけど
As far as I know.
白いユンはロシ光で
Hold on. I put the dang Twitch chat. Oh,
これで
this is K with win quote.
当てられないっていうのがやばいね
Here's a salute to you. A big raspberry.
結構
That's so stupid.
ヤンガーは触りに行かなくちゃいけないので結構急側に
Everyone always talks about Yuri and Oro unblockables, but no one talks about Yang's.
ですけど
It's actually true. I didn't even put that in the video.
対応がうまくて冷たい対応
That's kind of cool.
これは
Could he have just killed from there? I like the corner carry from that.
タイムでしたこれを
Normally you can't combo. Man, look at the studied Roshi Hikari. Oh, that was down medium kick in the palm. I knew about that.
冷
Maybe there was a way to kill with some kind of loop first.
たい
But the corner carry on this is really cool.
これは残念でした
Cool.
カリオタイムなしで
Because Yang's are shit. Do you mean the Yang players are shit or his unblockables are shit? I haven't actually looked into it yet. You can totally parry his unblockables, but I wonder if you can bait that with like a fake dive kick and then maybe command grab or just regular throw. I don't know how to really put that together and if it's worth it. The main thing with his, like, probably the selling point of his unblockables is that he has a really short meter. That's probably it. Which may or may not be a good thing. Initial G? Is this Type G's evil twin brother?
あ惜しいから入ってはいはい
You know the other thing about Third Strike
裏に投げれば
that,
側に有利なんです
like Eris, I think it was Eris talking about. No, it was Majin Obama. Majin Obama was talking about fighting games that you can tell when high level is being played.
これは届くかな
And part of that is because both players, you can see that both players are doing some high level activity. The movement and decision making on both sides of it accentuates, they both make each other look good.
コアコア SA ミスってここぞとばか
Isn't Evil not starting in 7 hours? Not starting. Is this a tongue twister riddle? Isn't Evil not starting in 7 hours? Is this the SAT? If Evil travels on the railroad for 5 minutes at 10 miles per hour, is Justin Wong gonna make it to his pools in time? Or will he have top player privilege? Evil was in 7 hours, but not 3S stream. Also, Texas Showdown. Texas Showdown will also have Sado Straiku. Don't know when, but it will. That's why I made a YouTube comment comparing 3S with StarCraft Brood War. Oh, I remember that. You can smell the mastery. Ew. Gross. Years of cake sweat. Ew. These kinds of tournaments, I need to do them. How many people are there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. About 17? Something. Single elimination tournaments aren't done at all ever in America. I think that needs to change. I'm gonna do something about it. Who's trying to... Excuse me. Who's trying to play right now? Run a tournament. Little impromptu single elim. Nah, I gotta do a Twitch bounty later. I gotta play No Rest for the Wicked. Wasn't there an online 3S bracket that was single elim? I'm not sure. I did one. The tournament that I ran with Bad Supers. Do y'all want to see that again? Should I just straight up do it again? Nothing changed. Just Bad Supers 2. But yeah, that was a single elim tournament. But it was 2 out of 3 though. What I got for top 4 at Evo for this game? I don't know. I would say 2 unknown or lesser known players and 2 well-known players. I don't know. Nuki is a good bet. Boss, Michael Tan, Shirokuro, and Sho. YSB. I would love to see YSB or Hayao get to a top 8. But it's really hard with that character. He's a good character for moments. Good for looking pretty. We going number 1? For once, I'm number 1. Bad Super's second impact? I don't even know what the Bad Supers are. I love the content. I was wondering if you can give some advice for anti-airing as Hugo. I'm having a hard time catching re-jumps and very close jumps. What do you find effective? Light kick backbreaker. Yeah. Light kick backbreaker. I mean, I made a video about that. If you watch the Hugo Masterclass, I went over all kinds of stuff. For anti-airs, specials, weird normals that you can use. It's a pretty big video series. I also did a Ask Me Anything, and I've edited that. I just gotta click upload, really, or make it listed. Will you stream Evil Japan? It's at 1 a.m., right? I can stay up to 1 a.m. and stream till like 3 a.m., but they're probably not gonna start till like 2 a.m. So probably better if I just stream it tomorrow, rewatch it tomorrow. Want to see Kuni top 8? I think that's also likely. That's a good choice. OMG, everyone with Nuki, MOV is better, and now that super teams aren't a thing, let's see how is the real GOAT. I think Nuki will choke. You alright, man? That brings joy to my heart. Everyone's just Nuki, Nuki, Nuki. Everybody. Well, he is really good. I don't think that's overhyping somebody. Nuki is that good. Man, I'm tired of these young players coming up with better ways to do Ganasian combos. Man, I'm tired of these Chun-Li players doing low forward super. What I think has to line up for the top tier matches to be really fun and interesting is it's got to be high stakes. It's got to be really high level and high stakes, and then Chun, Yun, and Ken are like really high. What character would be a good pick for an RNG super art pick? RNG? The closest I can think of is Oro Rocks. The rocks are RNG. Ryu? Yeah, I suppose. Anything with unblockables? Super is randomly picked? Yeah, I'm not sure what is meant by that. When I think RNG, I think of like what's that? Like Guilty Gear characters that you don't know what's gonna happen when you do a move. Like what's his name? Faust? Yeah, Faust. I don't think that's the case in Third Strike. I guess you get different rocks with Oro, but that doesn't have an impact on the match. As far as I know. There's RNG with the 1 or 2 player side with the Ken jump over cross up stuff. It only works on one side. I forget which one. I think Atlanta has stuff. Tekken Stones can have a big impact? What? How? Do they have a bigger hitbox or something? What? If you get like 2 bricks in the back on 3 stone, it's way worse. Huh? Way worse? You gotta be exaggerating. I don't believe you. This is me debating. It's less plus on block. What? So it probably hits faster. Like sooner? Or maybe it has less hit stun. What was that? Oh, I saw it through my peripheral and I thought Roshi teabagged. Oh, golly. Don't believe any Dudley player that downplays his. If they tell you he has bad neutral, you downplay his. You upplay his neutral. Dudley's neutral is bad. They're right, but don't believe them. Look at this. In the corner. He hit him twice. Ah. Okay. Oh, nah, man. At that point, it feels like the SA3 firepower is too whack. Like, in this position, if you don't have a lot of slashies or supers, ain't no way, man. The bricks travel faster. That's so weird. Dudley's neutral isn't bad. Mine is. I mean, he still has jump heavy kick. And he has... I mean, his neutral is not worse than Hugo's. I think that's fair to say. Hugo can't buffer something into corner carry, big damage. Hard to whiff punish. Can't do that.
投げのスカリに中パンチ正中差し返してい
This
く
is one of the winners side finals. So there's 2 more matches after this. Is this live? It was live last night. I'm live. This is probably the last tournament before Evo Japan. Probably, unless they do one like during the day.
早手をとつるしかないがなかなかしんどい。まあここは新地さん的には
Ugh.
ゲージを作れば同じでしょ
The way this round is going, I felt
う。
like
垂直垂直から
Chun-Li won the first round. Wow. What is that for?
ダッシュ引き上げ
Jump away, maybe? Maybe wall jump? EX spinning bird kick would lose to the uppercut?
がまあしっかり待っていたライアンがラウンド取り返して最終ラウンド
I think there's some similarities between Makoto and Hugo when it comes to super art choice. Super art 1 for Makoto is like the hammer frenzy, where it's much more solid. But if you're a wild boy and you like winning the game off of one choice, SA2 or 720. Is this through Fightcade? Definitely not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but this is in Japan. Oi. Golly.
さあブロってもこの TC があるせいでなかなかね反撃は難しかったりしますねユンの台形はねさあゲージ途中でこじ開けて体力はもう9割ぐらい
Maybe I should do a Forge Strike tournament. How different is Fightcade from Cabinet? That's the number one question.
ゲージも9割だいぶ良好
You're gonna need a
さあ緊中継体育お見事
fucking Sherlock Holmes to figure that out.
着地で中継から全ゲージ発動したがうまくこれはしのがれて
From what I understand, input delay should be 2.6. Beyond that, don't know.
で台形 EX マシンガンから手羽中からジェットまでさあ6割コンボこれ死んだんじゃないかだいやこの局面で台形
I don't think that's hard to do anymore. Daipon Lu? Just getting to the position is a little bit challenging, but the inputs themselves are not that hard.
これねルザザンのこれグランドファイナルらしい
They look cool? They did. They got kind of old. So is this going to be the Chun versus the... Well, here we are.
ユンチュンですねこれはエボ前日にふさわしいサードストライク
We made it.
相手を怒らせる選手がさあ突っ込んでいく固まるまあチュンリーはね砲力なかったらわりかし
Some things never change.
ああいうね大絶唱
Yeah, I hope to see something different at Evo Japan.
さあここの
Even if it's just one different character, a Urian, a Yang, a Dudley. It'd be nice to see someone other than Yun and Chun or Kenwin. Not that it's that big of a deal. It's not like life-changing to me or anything. But it'd be nice. Is this your favorite Street Fighter? Yeah. It would be this one, then Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and then Street Fighter 6. And then 4 and 5 are at a tie for fuck those games. They had their purposes. What was that? It's kind of cool.
から意外とこの
Okay.
なんだっけあれ気候省だっけが機能していますね
Alpha 2.
時間を吐かせるのに一手使って
I've heard good things and awful things about Alpha 2.
ゲージがなくなるのでなかなか困りどこ
Some
ろ
of it,
ですね
it got kind of silly.
上から行く
Like
さあ
recent
そこ
Alpha
に使われ
2?
て
I don't know. I don't know too much about it.
ここはゲージは5割
But like the new tech is kind of silly, I've heard.
まあ途中から
If Alpha 3 didn't have crouch cancels, I think it would be really good. But it does. And crouch cancels are boring.
側からしても結構怖いようなだけな気がするが
Or in top 8? I guess. I would settle for that.
さあ中パンチ埋めていくラウンド取り返していく
Medium punch.
ゲージも6割まあいいっすね別にねまあライアンも2ゲージ 1.5 ゲージ持ってるので
Even base level Alpha 3 is...
まあヤミとまではいかな
Oh
い
shit,
けど
really?
さあこれで圏内です
I tried to like experiment with Alpha 3 and try some different characters with different gauges like X
これ
Sagat.
はまあ
There's no point to it. It's terrible. There's no reason to do it.
攻撃をガードさせてゲージ発動したんでしょうが、コパンで
There's a
割られ
version
た
of
がため
OCC
に
that people cried about.
そ
Who?
の攻撃が出なかったと。
Somebody in the
惜しかったですね
1990s? One person?
そこを見逃さないラインもきっちり
Alpha 2 is way cooler than Alpha 3. They all feel kind of the same to me.
何回目の優勝
Hayao is making top 8? Nah. I mean, it'd be cool. Hard disagree. It's better because the OST is actually good. Alpha 2 is so much better than Alpha 3.
A wise man once said,
I wish I had a firm opinion, or like I was aware of it, because I just never really played Alpha 2 at all.
A lot of this game and study how to play. Regardless, yeah. Fortunately, I didn't have to play Roshikari because Roshi owns me.
Well, dang.
But
Ryan took it.
Evo weekend.
Wonder how long he's been living in Japan, like total.
Wish I was.
Oi.
I can't go to Evo. Didn't work out this year for me. Like the timing was not good.
Well,
so
I'm gonna do a Twitch bounty.
it was a tough call for me.
If you stick around, it helps support the stream for free. I get paid out according to how many people watch. I'm gonna play No Rest for the Wicked. Hey. Sponsored. So I'm actually gonna turn off the YouTube and all the other streams other than Twitch.